Okay, so this is my Belphemon deck list, the one that I took to the regional. I'm going to run through it, and then at the end I'm going to talk about changes I want to make, how it performed. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. For the eggs, it's just 4 BT3 Meramon and 1 BT13 Kapurimon. This is still, this is like the alt-art Demi-Mera. They're all the BT3 version. For this deck, you do kind of want to run 5 eggs, and the Demi-Mera is awesome because you're drawing and trashing so much. It gives you so much advantage. And the Kapurimon is just nice. The Inherited never once came up, but you know, if your opponent has some sort of floodgate, like not being able to reduce play costs or anything, normally those are level 3, so Kapurimon can get rid of those. It just never came up at the regional. Okay, so there's not much I'm going to change with the eggs. That's kind of why I gave an explanation there. But for the main deck itself, it is 4 Akihiro Karada, 2 Mist Memory Boost, 1 Underworld's Call, 3 Gift of Darkness, and 4 of the BT2 Gabumon, then 1 Labramon, 4 of the BT13 Phascomon, and then of course 4 Proto-Gizmon, followed up by our level 4s, the Eismon package, so 1 Eismon for Scatter Mode, as well as 4 Gizmon AT. Going into our ultimates, 4 Astamon, 3 Gizmon XT, and then of course we've got our Belphemon package, 4 Sleep Mode, 4 Rage Mode, and then 3 Nidhoggmon. So, I'm just gonna pull out the cards that I don't think performed as well as I wanted them to. Labramon is really nice because on play, draw 1, trash 1, and you can get a couple of fun shenanigans off of that. But it didn't come up enough for me to justify it as a one of. And Underworld's Call came up a couple of times where I would hard play it, go into a Gizmon AT, or a Phascomon if I knew my opponent was going to delete something with like the lowest play cost. And then I would just kind of put my opponent at 1 or 2 memory. And I think once I discarded it off of something to get like the draw, but it ended up not being an instance where it mattered a whole lot. The Mist Memory Boosts were super nice for the memory, not as much for the mills and draws. I think every time I dropped this, I ended up milling a sleep mode and then drawing into something that like wouldn't help me get that sleep mode back. On the topic of options, Gift of Darkness was amazing. I was dropping that on people almost left and right. There were a couple times where I would use it just to delete something, but I think these cards right here are the biggest 4 that I don't really want to keep in the deck going forward. I talked about it in the vlog, but one of my opponents was running Omnimon Zwart. So what I'm thinking about doing is replacing these with 2 Omnimon Zwart and either 2 Purple Memory Boost or 2 Matt Ishidas from the Wolf of Courage structure deck. Because Matt is a memory tamer, and also when you trash a card in your hand all turns, you can suspend him to gain 1 extra memory. So I just think that you know, especially if you have him and Akihiro on the turn on the field, Akihiro will draw 1, trash 1, and then you can suspend the Mat to gain an extra memory. So if your opponent puts you at 3 because you have the memory tamer on field, you know, if you have a memory tamer, your opponent can just put you at 3. If you have that and then do the Akihiro plus Matt thing, you'll start your turn at 4. Matt will get unsuspended, and then 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to draw a discard on your own turn, essentially having 5 memory minimum to work with on your turn. So, and that's like best case scenario, obviously. But I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm definitely gonna test some stuff out, but these are the only 4 cards that I felt weren't contributing or pulling their weight. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk highly enough about Astamon and Nidhoggmon. The 3 Nidhogg were incredible. I saw it. I would say 80% of the time I saw it, I needed to see it, I wanted to see it, and I got amazing use out of it. The other 20% of the time, I either milled it off of missed memory boost or it was insecurity. And, 11,000 insecurity isn't bad, So, Nidhogg was incredible. I, at no point, made it. Like, at no point was like, oh, cool, let me just get that when digivolving, delete a level 4. Because it's just kind of useless like that. But these cards right here, were pulling stuff back that like I should not have had a chance to come back from. I think they were incredible. When I first built the deck, I had 3 Astamon, 4 Gizmon XT. Then I tried 4 of each, and honestly, I cannot for the life of me remember where I saw it, but the 4 Astamon 3 XT is an incredible ratio. All in all, the only things I really want to change definitively are these 4 cards right up here, and then honestly, the Eismon regular, 9 times out of 10 ended up being either a win more, or I would just digivolve Astamon on top of that. So instead of paying 7 to hard play it, I would digivolve for 3. Keep hiccuping now. Otherwise, I don't think the Eismon was all that useful. There were a couple times where I was able to pull it out, but when I got to the point where I could discard this and pull it out, it was either because I knew I was going to digivolve into Astamon next turn, or I already had Belphemon Rage mode with like 3 other things on board. So Eismon is definitely a huge maybe for me right now. When I do these changes, I definitely want to do a lot of testing and figure it out. But otherwise, I'm super happy with how the deck performed. This was my first ever regional, and I had a ton of fun. Everything right here, right now, especially, all these cards that I pulled out, I would say these are golden ratios for the deck. Personally, the Nidhoggmon were great. I saw AT and Proto Gizmon almost every single time I needed to see them. The Gabu was great, sometimes for hard playing it, and then next turn, almost every single time, I would immediately then draw into the scatter mode to digivolve on top of that, and then swing its security with jamming. Gift of Darkness was incredible. I saw it in my security a couple times, and it came in clutch there. I didn't get the fun combo of Gift of Darkness and security to pitch Nidhoggmon to delete a level 6 and gain a memory. I was really, really hoping that would come up, but it didn't. So, oh gosh, sorry, got some caught in my throat there. Yeah, I can't talk enough about how awesome this deck is and how much fun I had with it. I definitely plan on picking up these changes soon. As of recording, the Wolf of Friendship structure deck comes out, I think Friday. Later this week, so I won't be able to make all the changes. If I end up not going with that Matt Ishida, the other backup are the blocker Devimons. My, I think, second mirror match pointed these out to me. My first mirror match showed me the Omnimon Zords, and that was incredible. making the sleep mode, and then rage mode underneath, and then going into Zwart, just it was insane because that Zwart mill stuff, and then is like, oh cool, let me just pluck back Astamon, or let me pluck back if I need an AT or something. The Zwart was so incredible. 9 times out of 10, it would pull out Astamon, make a second sleep mode, and just be ludicrous. But the second mirror match showed me the Devamon tech, because you can play back level 4s, which I think was also through Zwart. But either way, being able to bring out the Devamons were pretty ludicrous, because it's a good blocker, and also a lot of decks this format, barring some, can't OTK if you have at least one blocker on there, and especially with this deck being able to set up XT and Devamon. I don't know. I'm really just kind of rambling at this point. If the Matashitas don't work, I'm going to use the Devamon, because I do kind of need more blockers. I only have the 3. But yeah, I really can't talk enough about how excellent this was, this whole thing. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope y'all let me know any thoughts you have about the deck. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Thank you very much for coming. I'll see y'all next time.